Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Bever's Batch. Today we are joined by the usual Sai, Ankit, and we have Anis on. I don't know what episode this is of yours, Anis. Probably your 10th. So happy anniversary to this. Today we're going to be reviewing Dacoit, uh, starring Adwi Sesh that came out. I actually just learned. I was browsing Reddit, and the people on the Tollywood subreddit they don't watch movies in theaters, but when a movie comes out on OTT, you'll know because like the top like 50 posts are just about how Dacoit sucks. So that's how I found out it is now streaming on Amazon Prime. So actually,
Yeah,
it's a perfect
I
time
didn't
to
know.
record this.
I didn't know
Yeah,
everyone hated it on Reddit.
yeah. I mean, a lot of people don't like nowadays, especially with like I guess the price hikes in India. Like a lot of people just skip movies and wait for OTT. I mean, this came out relatively quickly, right? So,
Yeah, it was
um,
it's
Like
been a
4 weeks?
month. Yeah,
Yeah.
like a
yeah.
month. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I remember when Ustad came out on Netflix. I checked my Reddit feed and I was like, oh God.
What came out?
Ustad
Bhagat
Bhagat
Singh.
Singh. No one
Oh,
watched it in theaters. You
wait,
ever
did
take
you
it?
guys watch it? Ustad in theaters?
No,
Of
I
course,
saw
man.
it on Netflix.
I
Me
saw it in
and my
theaters.
That's insane. I mean, I killed it too, obviously, but dang, you guys are wild.
yeah, it was really bad. It felt like a C grade movie with Pawan Kalyan attached. Like I don't even recognize half the supporting cast. Srililite and Muddy, like that was the worst pairing in his career, I think. But anyways, enough
Dude,
about
I
that
feel
movie.
like you
Let's
just
get
have to like discount that. It's just not part of his list of
filmography.
filmography. Yeah.
Yeah, we
It's just
can
like
we
a
can
fever dream, like it never happened.
Yeah, we can lump that in with like Annavaram and Komarampally, Agnautavasi.
Like
So,
75% of his career.
uh, anyways, yeah. So we'll review Dacoit, talk about what we liked, what we didn't like. I guess I'm already talking, so we can start off. Uh, Maybe we'll start with positives
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I feel like we're mixed on this. So we can get the good stuff out of the way and start hating as usual. I liked. I I actually thought. I loved Myrtle's performance. That was my like biggest takeaway. I thought she was really good in the movie. Uh, like she usually is, and like Sita Ramam, Ainana, and I mean Telugu people write her mostly good roles. I thought she was the soul of the movie. She did really well, and she was the best performer. And I think her and Sage had. I don't know if like other people agree, but I thought they had really good chemistry. And they usually he has good chemistry with this female lead, like in Hit Two too. But Deanflo, like the chemistry really worked out for me, and I thought Myrtle was like the heart and soul of this movie.
Okay, I can go. Yeah, I agree. I think acting was done really well by both Seish and Murnal. I'll get to like the actual characters, I guess, in my cons, but they acted well for what they were given or what Seish wrote for themselves. And then I would also say that like another positive is that it was shot really well. Like the cinematography was good. Some of the background and some of the scenes definitely looked like they just shot it on a set or like in a secluded part of something. Like, it didn't look as realistic. Some of those like hospital getaways and stuff, but I mean it's fine. I think it's like negligible. But like the actual like angles and the cinematography that they chose, like they were all really well shot. I think it's like the cinematographer of Gudachari and Major directed this. So like, and those are also shot really well too. So um, obviously this one also is shot pretty well. But yeah, that's almost where my positives end. So you guys can carry forward.
All right, so I watched this movie when it released, and I came out of it really liking it. And I didn't have much of like criteria for like why I needed to like it. They just had to have good acting. It kept me entertained for the most part. And obviously I liked Munal's acting more than Seisha's. And also yeah, the cinematography kept me engaged. And that was also pretty much it now that you guys are saying it out loud. But I like the movie a lot actually compared to the rest of them. Um,
You gotta tell us more then. What did you like?
no, that was it that I liked. But like it was good to see Seish back. He's been gone for so long. Like I've just been waiting for him for a while. Damn, I have like really low standards. I watched a lot of really horrible movies this year, Telugu cinema especially.
Yeah.
So
I
give
think
me a break.
TFI standards have really dropped in the past like 5 years, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, if those are your positives, your standards have dropped too.
Mine?
I feel like, yeah, if that was
Oh,
all you,
yeah. Like,
that's true.
like
He looked good.
I
He looked really
I
good.
didn't hate the movie as much as you guys did. So like even your cons, I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, like fine, like it's okay."
I
Or what
liked
I
it.
assume your cons would be. Huh?
I don't think any of us, maybe Sai hated it, but I think me and Ankit are like,
Like, I mean,
like,
I wouldn't
yeah,
say like I hated, but I definitely liked it a lot less than all of you, like for sure.
Yeah.
yeah, and it,
I don't
like,
know. So I
yeah,
was just roasting me, so that's why I'm just like all of you hated it is what I assumed.
no, yeah, Ankit, what pros did you have,
I think honestly, like you guys covered a lot of it. One of the things that
dude?
I felt like, I mean, I
There's
didn't think
no
too
way
much
we
of.
You
covered
guys
it.
sounded like you liked it a lot more when you first saw
Yeah,
it.
I have more to add
All I
after
said
this
was it
movie.
was all right.
All right,
But I think
continue then.
one of the things that the movie could have done better, but like I was really interested from the first part is the actual like idea of it, like this Bonnie and Clyde heist robbery. Like we don't really see stuff like that in Hollywood. Like I think last I could think about was like Doce, right? So like, and that was like 2015. So this whole idea of like robbery, like getaway, that first 30, 40 minutes kind of hooked me in before, they started we can get into the other parts, but I think that concept was pretty interesting. And then having like her backstab and whatever, like I thought that was kind of an interesting start to the movie.
Now that you say that, do you guys remember the Tarun and Ilyana movie? That was also kind of like a similar
Yeah,
plot.
it's like super
Yeah,
old.
ballet.
Yeah,
It's like ballet dongaloo or some shit.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, first off, I feel like the biggest thing working against this movie was the way they marketed it. చాలా మంది ఇదే చెప్పారు. Like, if you look at the teaser and trailer, like, I mean, it says Dacoit, a love story. It literally is a love story, but the way they shot it made it look like a heist movie. I feel like people were like very upset with that, but that's cons. I like the movie a good amount actually. Sesh filmography lo చూస్తే I liked it as much as Hit 2. I don't think Sesh has any bad movies he's made. Um, like major releases. I know he made some shit called like Karma. But I think that was like a YouTube movie. I don't know if it was like an actual movie, but like anyways, I like all of his movies. Even the ones where he acts like a villain. It's pretty good. But I think my pro was like the emotions just worked for me. The emotions click out with it, you won't like it. But I think like spoiler alert, obviously, climax portion I actually connected. I know like obviously everyone knows it's his heart, right? Like everyone can figure it out at that point. Or even the interval bang. Like Myrtle isn't actually a bad person. Done much of that. Like that she didn't actually. There's a reason she sold him out. So even the interval bang, or even the climax, and even their flashback, really worked for me. Actually, like everything in the movie worked for me besides the high scenes. Um, and like I thought the love story portion, like Chada mentioned, I love the Rubaru song in the climax and her
The song
opening the
that
whole
goes
like
through the entire film.
yeah, and the sea like he's like Aquamarine Juliet, like I don't know, it was all just clicked for me. I thought it was like very cute. It was like very like tragic, and like I mean Sesh has been dying in a lot of his movies lately. So I saw an interview that spoiled the ending because Valarigaru. They're like, Myrtle, like why do you keep killing your husbands in movies or something like that? But yeah, emotions clicked for me. That's my biggest pro. Is I was rooting for this couple. Um, that was like 75% of the movie, right? So yeah,
yeah. I say completely opposite for me. I think that's the biggest thing that did not work for me,
yeah.
which is why I didn't like it as much. But and that makes sense, I guess. Well, we can move on to cons if you guys have nothing else to say for positives.
No.
Okay. Well, I'll start. I think the biggest thing I already said it, but I think like the biggest thing was that I didn't give a shit about any of these characters, like throughout the whole movie. Like I didn't care about Seish, I didn't care about Murnau. Um, I hated the climax, thought it was terrible. Him running up that hill with shooting like 100 cops, like I don't know what that was. I don't know what he was thinking there. Um, yeah, well, I'll focus on just the one point. I think the emotions of the characters are all over the place. and that's partly because the story's also all over the place. Like it doesn't really have a focus or like an end goal. It's like, oh, we're gonna rob this bank or hospital now. We're gonna go to this hospital now, and there's no logic behind any of it. And they do these bank robberies as if like it's a like there's nothing, there's no big deal. Like they just pull up to it. Like that first robbery was a joke. Like he literally pulls up to it, sticks his guns out, and he's like, "Yo, give me the bag." Like there's no planning, nothing. Just walks right in. Uh, what is that? And then obviously, as it should happen, they realize that like they're in over their heads and they don't know what they're doing, which is good. It's a good step. But then like they just kind of revert back to them doing the same thing. There's no process of learning or okay, we got to like plan better or nothing. None of that happens. That was also like the biggest like point that I had with like all the getaway scenes or like the robbery scenes. They just were so bleh. Like, and that was like the biggest part of the one of the biggest parts of the movie. Like, obviously their relationship is the biggest part, but what they're doing is also very important. And I feel like they didn't give any sort of story or structure to any of those getaways. Um, Prakash Raj wasted, Anurag Kashyap wasted. Anyways, I'll stop there. You guys can continue with your cons.
Can you say Chuchburi was the biggest con?
I forgot that was in it. Holy shit. Yeah, that was terrible too.
Dude, my whole feed was this dude doing that dance for like a month straight to promote the movie. Daridranga Jai like in both the movie. Yeah, yeah. I was so sick and tired of seeing it. Why was it even in the fucking movie? But
He
anyways, I'll
shouldn't
let
he
you
shouldn't dance. I think it's not for him.
yeah, stick to what you know best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Sai because I feel like those are my two biggest stickler points. Like before watching the movie, of course, I still thought it was a heist movie. So when we got to the actual heist and they fail and there's actually no repercussions, I think like there was an accident that happened because of them, and then the police were like, sucks. So I felt like what are these guys? Like I know it's supposed to be a love story, but like Akil said that I think that's one of the most important things was they marketed it at one thing and they didn't do what they marketed it as, so it kind of came off really badly for the scenes. But most importantly, like the characters, for me at least, I didn't connect with them from the first to the end scene. So it was like I didn't care that he got betrayed by Murnal. I didn't care that she had all these things like her daughter, her heart surgery. Like it failed to hook me even with that couple of romantic scenes in the beginning. Like I just didn't think it was done that well. So I didn't care for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, I think for me, like the movie did not add anything new, like a new experience, or like the story itself was kind of just like very normal. It was like low quality story writing. Like for example, they used like an assault scene to like elevate the hero and like give him a reason, you know? It's so like it's almost in like every other movie right now in the Telugu industry, these types of scenes, and it doesn't really do much for the movie. Like you can elevate the hero in better ways. And I feel like using assault as like an elevation point is just like very low level
That was
writing.
also one of my biggest cons as well. Yeah, you needed a reason to lock him up in jail, but you could have had like you were saying like 100 other reasons you could have came up with, but
And
you
I
chose that one. And yeah.
and I expect Sesh to have better writing skills than that. Like I was very thrown off by this
Yeah,
scene,
coming
especially
from
because like
him, yeah,
yeah,
it's surprising.
like I had
Yeah,
just seen something similar in like Ustad and like
Dude, that
almost
was
like
unwatchable in Ustad. I literally skipped through it. I was like, what is this nonsense?
no, it's like horrible.
it didn't help that that scene was also shown like four times throughout the rest of the movie. So not only was it there, you had to relive that whole
Yeah.
idea. So I didn't think that it was a good plot point to be used for the movie.
And I think my other con was I expected a lot more with having a supporting cast of Prakash Raj, Anurag, and even Sunil. Like Sunil was there to say like three dialogues. He was like such a random role, and I
And
felt
then he
bad.
comes out of nowhere at the end and is like, "Oh, I'm the big bad villain." I'm like, "Dude, what are you doing?"
What are you talking about? I don't
Yeah.
remember this.
Like, no, at the end he like shoots Sesh, I think, at the
Oh yeah, because
hospital
he like
at the And he's
switches
like almost
parties,
about to
right?
kill, yeah, he's like almost about to kill Murnau and stuff. And I was like, where did this come from? Like all of a sudden.
Yeah. But I was very disappointed with Anurag Kashyap's role. Like I expected a lot more because I only know like one other movie of his, Maharaja, with Vijay Sethupathi. I think that's the name of the movie. And I thought his script selection would be like really good from that. Like coming out of like a movie like that. But yeah.
Yeah,
I know
this
I
being
mean,
is
yeah. And he's also iconic, like I
is
guess
he?
like
Okay.
with like
Yeah,
Hindi
he's a
stuff.
director
Yeah.
first and then actor. But um yeah, I mean those are all fair points. Those are my cons as well. He's done this in Everu too. Like the Regina scene is shown like 50 times for no real reason.
With Everett,
Um
it made sense though because the scene
yeah,
changes,
Yeah, it
right?
changed.
Like
The
every
perspective
time,
yeah.
changes.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
and that's the
Even
whole point of
Rajini's
it. Yeah.
yeah, even that one like shitty Vettayan or whatever, like Vettagadu or whatever it is in Telugu. But like Fahad, Fasil, Rana, Rajni, they show the same scene like 60 times. Um, and yeah, I agree. It could have been anything. And like that was to go to the second the Mully girl shows up, okay. You're like, okay, this character, something happens to this character. And I think it's a trope that like me and Unky talked about after. It's like the same shit. It's like the cast communities. It's a trope that I expect Sage to be better than, right? Like, oh, maybe like you're a lower jati person. Um, like, oh, what are you doing? Mapila tandang maratanora. And then that Bhaskar dude marrying her. It was all very convoluted, you know.
The Bhaskar storyline was another
So
big
stupid.
con. That took up literally like half an hour in the second half.
It's
And
like
the
that
whole
was the big
time
bad villain.
I was
Yeah.
like, what is this? Like what like this is so like weird for Sage to be doing shit like this.
Is Bhaskar Mrinal's husband?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like technically the like her brother dies immediately, but he's the one like running the show. So I guess he's the biggest antagonist of the movie, and he just gets slapped at the end. I mean, like big like girl badass moment from Murnau, but like is that really it? Like this dude orchestrated everything.
Yeah.
Um,
This might not
Also,
be like
like
a big con for you guys. Oh, I'm so sorry for
no, no,
interrupting.
go ahead, go ahead.
But I remember their language, like the way they would speak. అప్పుడప్పుడు ఒక dialect లో ఉంటది, ఒక slang లో, దాని తర్వాత ఇంకోటి దాంట్లో మారుస్తారు. And that would just like take me out. But at some point I was like, okay, this is like a decision that they made. I don't know if it bothered you guys too, but
yeah, for sure. Like having Adui Seish, like he's a little bit more posh, right? So having him try to be like this rural rustic, like it didn't work at all for me
that a
completely.
little,
Like I
yeah.
could see completely through it in my eyes.
Yeah, he wasn't yeah, he didn't suit the character. He tried his best though, I'll give him that, but it didn't work. And then also with Myrtle's, like I would say that like a lot of people have been saying like yeah, she was given so much, like she's this, she's that of the movie, but I honestly don't think they did enough with her. Like all she was really doing was crying about Bhaskar dying the whole movie until she realizes he's a dick. And then the other part of it is like for example, what I would have done, like if I did this movie was one, I would have made the heist a lot better. And two, like I would have made her like an actual getaway driver, not just a random like whatever, like, oh, I can drive the car on the highway, like to get away from the hospital and the cops. Like I would have actually made her a real getaway driver that knows how to drive properly, like knows how to use like stick or whatever car they're using. Like, like made it like gave her something to do in those like getaway scenes. Like she was so useless in a majority of those getaway scenes. It was just Seish kind of like leading the charge and then in the interval is the only time she really like did anything to like stop them from taking Seish down. But yeah, other than like that, like she wasn't really given much. And maybe that's because like I had no connection with the characters or like anything that they were doing. But yeah, I would have done a lot more with her character.
I feel like I
yeah.
would disagree specifically about her being more intertwined into her role of being like a getaway driver or like because she has to be somebody who like doesn't know what she's getting into, right? Like he's
No,
like
that's
forcing
still
her to.
there. No, I'm not saying that she's like a pro, but like because in the beginning they set up that like, oh, she teaches him how to drive and all that too. You could have just easily set up something saying like, yeah, she's a really good driver, like she knows how to handle the car, whatever. And then like Seish
ఊబర్
like
డ్రైవ్ చేసుకుంటూ ఉంటది ఆ విలేజ్ లో.
no, no. Like what do you call it? And then Seish like goes back to her partly because she is a good like driver. Like they try to go that angle too, but it doesn't make sense because dude, she's just a normal driver like anyone else driving a car. Like that angle doesn't make any sense. So I feel like they could have just developed that a little better and they could have made the getaway scenes a lot cooler if they did that. And that would have gave her character some like quote unquote like badass scenes.
Yeah. I also just absolutely hated that they just went to like a different city each time and just ran the same heist
That's what I'm
process.
saying. They didn't learn
So
shit
stupid.
from any of their heists. They just did the same thing over and over again.
Like not even them learning, like Prakash Raj and his team didn't learn.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
they didn't have like the infrastructure. Like I'm sure like there's like in 2021 there was like proper infrastructure to make sure people are not just robbing hospitals, right, in real life.
Yeah.
So it
And
was
on
like
top of that, I would have like definitely made Prakash Raj's character a lot better than what it was. Like I would have made it more about this underworld mafia of like organ transplanting and all of that. Like they didn't know what they were getting into. And then once they did get into it, they're like, oh shit, like what is this? And Prakash Raj is like the big bad and like runs this whole mafia and they're like, oh fuck, like what did we step into? That should have been the play here. And then while going that direction, you obviously deal with their relationship dynamics also. But instead they had to fucking introduce Bosker and ruin the second half.
Yeah, the lack of a strong villain was, I think, one of the biggest letdowns because, like you said, Prakash Raj just played like a fool. Anurag Kashyap was kind of a great character for a bit, and then Sunil out of nowhere becomes that villain. So that underlying lack of a strong villain to oppose the heroes, like, didn't give too much tension. I felt like there was nothing on the line.
the whole Mala like Gundam Court, like the whole thing was such bullshit. Like I hated that whole like I won't touch a gun, I won't do this, and he does it
But he
anyways.
does at the end, which
Yeah.
makes no
Um,
sense.
and
No logical reason.
yeah, like I definitely agree. There's no besides like Myrtle and Sage, and Sage is just a simp to be honest in this movie. But like outside of him and Myrtle, nobody has a fucking like full-fledged role. Like nobody, like Sunil, Anurag Kashyap, his daughters like probably got the worst of, and Mully, like she shows up later and she just dips the scene and like she's barely in the movie too. Um, yeah, like I definitely agree. I just think like overall, like it's a poor movie in terms of especially Seish levels of expectations. You know, like this guy like writes and ghost directs all of his movies. You know, this is definitely his weakest work, but I think like I just connected with the characters in Love Story. But I agree with all your points. Like they barely wrote any good lines for people. Um,
also Anurag Kashyap did not need to have a daughter in this movie. It was
yeah,
like
Yeah.
he could have just taken
and
the case himself.
and on top of that, they were like on social media, they were like really promoting her. There was like two,
As being
three
part
like
of the movie.
yeah, like posters పెట్టే వాళ్ళు దీనికోసం. I was like, I thought she was like a big shot or had a big role, but she was just so in the side. But my
Yeah,
next con was like how dragged the climax was. That entire like the hill, and then he had like one gun that was just unlimited bullets.
Yeah.
It was like that entire
I've
concept.
Just
I've
so
noticed.
illogical, that whole
Yeah,
climax.
I've noticed that Seish movies follow a pattern. ఏంటంటే like he'll always have like a really good like slow song. It almost feels like it's sung by the same guy. Shanam, Godachari, Avaru. This where it's like everything gets revealed in the last 5 minutes, and then like it ends on like a dramatic close of him. But the cinema, like he always ends his movie on the same pattern. So I knew like something like this was happening. I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but he always ends with that like kind of slow music with like all epic reveals coming, and then Seish is like elevating himself. It's like he always like ends up like gassing himself up at the climax.
The thing is though, when he does that in like Everu and stuff, like it
Yeah,
works because
yeah,
it's part of the story. And like the big thing in Everu is like it's revealed that he's the one that played everybody essentially, right?
yeah.
That's like a climax reveal. So that works. Like that, as for the story you set up, that worked. But here, you threw so many illogical points in, like that gun concept of like him having one gun versus the cops, literally 100 cops having their each guns, like firing 100 bullets at him. Like you set up so many illogical points that you fail to connect with the emotion of it, of like, oh, he needs to save Myrtle, or like Myrtle needs to go to the hospital. Also, she's like a dying patient that's like driving to the hospital herself. Another illogical point. And then the whole thing at the end where it's like, oh, my heart is in your heart. Like, oh my God. That was like the cherry on top of like, fuck this movie kind of
నాకు
vibes
నిజంగా
at
అది
the
కనెక్ట్
end.
అయిపోయాను బ్రో దాంతో. I connected so much to that last segment. I was like,
Yeah,
oh my God, like, because
Yeah,
yeah,
it was like in that ring that he had for a long time, and
dude.
I know. Maybe I was like
I'm a
fucking
simp.
yeah, maybe I was simping during that scene because like it worked for me, but I fully get how stupid it fucking is though. Like I understand Sai's point of view. That's why I'm not
Yeah.
like gonna defend the movie and be like, oh, it's good. It's objectively ass. But like I really connected with like Sesh and Myrtle, and yeah.
Yeah, a large part of it does depend on if you connect with them or not. If you don't, then you'll start seeing all these other points around them and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Did any of the twists work for you? Like for me, finding out that Mrunal was looking for a heart for herself was like mind-boggling. I don't know if that was like the intermission shot or గుర్తులేదు కానీ whatever whenever it was revealed, I was like so
That
shocked.
was the only twist that I didn't see coming.
Yeah.
Everything else was pretty predictable, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see that one coming,
Yeah.
but
But
I wouldn't really call it like I didn't really feel like wowed by it. It was
Oh,
just like a oh, okay, like interesting. Like
I was so shocked
it's
because I feel
it's
like they were
also
also
kind of like lying to the viewer because they keep showing you Bhaskar. Like ante intelligent twisting out because it's like okay, like it's not lying because he's also bedridden, but it's like misleading you. So
Mhm.
yeah.
it's like it's kind of like a not gaslighting, but like it's like oh, like I don't know if I can call it clever. It's almost like misleading, but they're doing it on purpose. So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
koncham tagindi, but like I think it was a good twist. Obviously, it raised the stakes for him. Like I don't think he would have
Mhm.
given a shit if it was her husband.
Like the twists in Evru were like top tier, like every single one of them. But yeah, I feel like did not live up to that in this one.
Yeah, by the time the twist came out, I was so disconnected by everything that I was like, oh, this is unique or interesting. And then I just stopped caring. So,
They also like foreshadowed this heart condition for her because she would like keep coughing or whatever not. I thought she just had allergies.
I thought it was just like a generic like panic attacks kind of thing, but
Mm. Oh, actually, yeah, sorry, you're
yeah,
right. A panic attack.
yeah.
I sound stupid saying allergies.
But yeah, I mean that's majority of my cons. I thought the second half was like way worse than the first half, mainly because of all the Bosker stuff and then going back to the assault stuff and like it was just a lot of nonsense happening for like at least an hour of the second half. Um, First half at least had some good points. Like I thought it started off pretty strong. Like the jail stuff when he was in jail, I thought was good. His escape, I thought was good, even though questionable logics again, but whatever. Yeah, it started off strong, but then it just kept going downhill, and then second half was like flat completely.
Yeah. I wish maybe when they did the teaser cut, they would have done it differently because it really made all of us think the movie was going to go in a specific way.
Yeah, it made it look like it was going to be like a fast-paced, like thriller kind of thing with like a love story mixed in, but mainly about like the thrills. But Um, it just kind of, I think the best way to describe it is like they picked like story points, like 10 different story points, and didn't really do justice to any of them. Like they were like, oh no, it's a love story. Like, oh no, it's also like a thriller. Oh, there's also some action in it. Like, oh, there's also like medical drama in it. Like they picked like so many different and like, oh, there's like a medical mafia, like so many different points that not any of them was given proper due.
Can you imagine Shruti Hassan in this though? Like
Somebody
I don't
call
know
the
if that.
cops!
Yeah. Wait. I need a drink. Like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck. Maybe it was like the role was different, but like how the hell can Shruti Hassan, and I love Shruti Hassan, but like,
I have
how
a
on earth
question.
was she gonna pull this off?
How long were they working on this movie? Like several years, right?
So
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
he hasn't released anything since like Hit 2. That was a long time
I
ago.
in Vinna and Intern Day, like I read a report. It was like kind of like an insider leak or something on like social media that basically they started filming like this movie was like set closer to COVID on the gay like masks and so many COVID references. And like they kept pushing out, and apparently Shruti Hassan walked out because like Sesh would just keep. I think like it was difficult to work with them, and then a timeline of and like he would keep like asking for reshoots and stuff, and she's like, "Fuck this, like I'm leaving." And I think he also started getting like really involved with Gurachari 2 work. So and like he was very not satisfied with a lot of the scenes, is what I heard. A lot of conflicts, and which makes sense, right? It doesn't even seem like a Sage movie. Um, I feel like his eggs are fully in that Gurachari 2 sequel basket, and they'll like just to wrap it up in commitments. Almost felt like that's what the movie was.
Oh, can I just say
Yeah.
I was thoroughly disappointed when we found out that the movie had something to do with COVID. I was like, నిజంగా ఇంకా దాని గురించి మాట్లాడుతున్నారా?
Yeah,
Like 5 years later, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
yeah, and it's not even like essential to the movie. Does Bosco even have coronavirus? What does he have? They say it's not that.
No,
So
they said it was something else. So it's like
yeah,
I don't know what the point of that was. Yeah.
It
I
could
think
have,
it was more so like, oh, we have to give them like a way to hide their faces in the hospital. So let's just set it in COVID times so they can wear a mask. I don't know. Who knows what their
I mean,
reason was?
the fucking hospital was like an ATM. Anytime money like withdrawal, like the Sage just walks up to patients, almost kills them, and leaves, and no one bats a fucking eye.
Yeah, those scenes
Um,
were terrible.
even a first robbery, even Prakash Raj is like, I'm not gonna give you the bag. Like he doesn't give a fuck. He's getting robbed. Like, he doesn't give a
Yeah.
shit. Like
The
it's so
writing
funny.
is just so bad, dude. The dialogues were so bad, especially for the secondary characters or supporting characters. Um, I was gonna say something, I forgot. Yeah, I would have definitely had rather like the thing is the problem is that it's an interesting concept. Like it is a like a Bonnie and Clyde kind of thing, like what Ankit was saying. Like it's actually like you could have made such a good film out of it if you just kept it focused and kept it simple and actually made it so that the characters were relatable and likable and whatever, whatever. Like you could have made such a good movie out of this because we don't see stuff like that in Telugu at all, or even in like Indian films, really. So
Yeah, I think marketing killed this movie. Like, I think marketing literally, like, even the first look, I remember, like, I don't think anybody would have expected this to be the kind of movie that came out. Even that, like, sexy teaser cut with, like, Kanupataro, like, none of that included the love scenes. They all milked, like, the action shots. Um, and, like, maybe that's why Shesh was doing so much chuchuburi to save this movie's fucking budget because yeah, that dude never promoted his movies this much. I feel like
no, as soon as I saw that, like they had a special song, I was like, that's sus. Like that's so sus.
uh, publicity or content week I think publicity is like high or some shit, something like that. Content week I don't know publicity is strong out today, but yeah, I agree with everything you said. I don't even have a reason to say why I liked it. I just connected with it, and that's my only reason. But I can acknowledge movie mottam pokale, like a lot of stupid shit that happens, and hopefully this is like he's given mostly good movies, so I'm just hoping this is one, an odd one out, and like if better not do this shit with Gurachari 2 on a pan India scale.
I mean, I guess like compared to everything else that's been coming out, it's definitely above that like
Yeah,
shit that we've been seeing. But from him also, like you expect like a certain level of quality. So that's where the biggest disappointment comes in.
yeah.
Like even you are like being dragged down by the shit that TFI is pulling out, which is sad to see.
Any remaining cons that we haven't addressed? I think we tore the movie and a new one, so I don't know if Ankit and Anis, you guys have more.
I don't have anything else.
Okay, yeah, because I guess maybe no one truly liked it then, because I said way more for cons than positives.
I had more cons, but I connected to the movie.
Yeah. I mean, there's
Exactly.
no deny like you can't like argue against that. Like if you
Yeah.
connect with it, you connect with it, you know.
Yeah.
So
I was like, whatever you do, it's fine. Like, I'm just, ఏదో జరుగుతుంది కళ్ళు ముందు. I'm like, okay, whatever.
yeah. ఎక్కడైనా చూస్తే either of them look like village people. Like they're the most modern looking humans of like in Tollywood. Like
Yeah.
Myrtle has like an Myrtle and Shruti Hassan have like iPhone faces. Like you can't cast them in like period dramas or anything like that. Um, I
Poor
just
Sita Ramam
after
in the back.
yeah, I guess that somehow worked, but she
It's just
looked very like they styled her really well.
Well,
yeah,
she
it's
was a
how you
princess in
use
that
them.
movie.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, her character was a princess, but it's just how you use them, and
Yeah,
like these guys were just not used properly.
yeah, and I mean, props to Sage for getting out of his like usual. I know people were giving him shit saying like acting bad with Dacoit, and I thought he did a better effort in this than like Hit Two, for example, because he went out of his comfort zone. He tried a new slang, worked out or not, tried a new look, right? Like did a love story, and mostly he does like these thrillers or action. So the components in there, but overall like it is a love story. So he went out of his comfort zone. I thought he did fine. We know he's a limited actor. His strength isn't in his acting, it's about the freshness he brings, right? Or like he's kind of like an all-rounder. Like he's pretty good at everything, except
Except
dancing.
dancing.
So yeah.
He should never dance again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this
But
his first time?
Yeah.
yeah, like a
I
Moss
think
number,
so.
yeah.
I think in general, I don't think he's unless he's danced in one of his like earlier films that no one saw, but
I think there was
Yeah.
one called Ami
Maybe
Tumi where he did a dance, but
I was gonna say maybe Punja. He danced.
Vera, Che Vera. I
That's
don't know.
crazy.
Maybe he did. It's been a while. But yeah, maybe if we ran through everything, then I guess we can give our numerical rating. I can give it like a 6.5. I mean, it has a lot of flaws, but I liked it and it kept me entertained. So I think I give like I think his this is probably his weakest work. I think I liked Hit Two more, but I still don't think it's like if this is your worst movie, then you've had a pretty good career in Tollywood. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
give it a
um
7 out of 10.
dang.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Side plot, I watched this movie called Euphoria, and I think after that, like anything is fine.
ఇలాంటి B grade movies ఎందుకు
Really?
చూస్తారో నాకు అర్థం
Even
కాదు.
Ustad, do you think that's
Oh,
fine?
like Ustad is also really bad, but Euphoria like sent me like into a coma. Like I was like,
Dude, I looked that up after you mentioned it. What a like this guy went from making Okuru to fucking Shakuntalam and this B grade movie.
so bad, but people were like appreciating the movie, but it was atrocious all throughout.
I'm surprised he's
220, like I think
even
you guys should watch
getting
it.
work after making Shakuntalam. That's crazy.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, anyone who wants to shit on this movie should watch Euphoria. And then you'll
yeah.
understand my perspective.
I am definitely not watching it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't.
not
I
gonna
can't.
watch it.
Yeah, I
I
can't
can't do
watch.
it anymore, dude.
Antopically
Yeah,
everki.
Yeah.
yeah. No, like I have my limits. Like I got so bored a few days ago. I watched this movie on Netflix called Rakasa. It's Kukarad movie. Holy fuck,
And
that movie's ass.
they like promoted that movie so much that I
Yeah,
was under the impression it did well. I watched it actually in theaters.
yeah.
Oh
Well,
my God.
So
dude, it got like it got a lot of actually decent reviews and people were like when it came out and stuff. So I watched it. Holy shit, this guy should stick to the Mad franchise and this director should quit
I
making
think
movies.
Sangeet did a pretty good job. Like, why are we hating on Sangeet?
So irritating, dude. You did not do a good
No,
job.
he's so funny, Papa. But I thought the story was bad.
Yeah.
I watched like
Decided to
20
watch
minutes. I
it.
couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
Don't
Okay,
take that
also, I
risk.
think Sangeet is like the new upcoming actor. So,
I don't think so.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he has potential.
Honestly, in TFI, like there's
Look
just
that
like
up.
once in a generation, like there's a VD and like that's really it. Like everyone else that's up and coming has like two good movies and then they're done.
The The
Fair
other
enough.
Sobin bro makes a new movie every 3 months and no one watches. Like
Yeah.
Have you guys
the
seen Couple Friendly?
I did see that one actually. I didn't think it was that bad,
Okay, I didn't like it
surprisingly.
so much. I
No,
expected
I
more
definitely
because
didn't like love it, but I was like, you know what? Like for like just a generic romantic whatever movie like from TFI, like not bad.
yeah, time pass film, but it did a lot better than I thought it would for
Mhm.
the content that
is
it
that
was giving.
is that the one with the Miss India? That's
Yeah,
Telugu or
Manasa
I think she is
oh
Telugu. Yeah.
Varanasi.
okay. Yeah. But what are your guys' number ratings? I'm expecting something atrocious from you. Sai,
Yeah.
like a 4?
Um yeah, I was between 3 and 4, so I'll just give it a 3.5.
Yeah. Fair.
That's crazy. Honestly, I'm
So
more
I
on
think
Lee's
seven's more
side.
crazy than a 4 or a
Yeah, it's
3.5.
fair.
Dude, Anisha and Mrinal look good. Like, give them
Yeah.
the
It's
credit.
crazy because she said nothing good about the movie and gave it a 7.
Except they look so good and they
This
had
is like
good
when
chemistry.
Gautam reviews a movie and shits on it for an hour and a half. He's like, cinema like 7 out of 10. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
I remember we did our Rajamouli rankings and he put Bahubali 1 near the end and we were like, why the fuck did you put it near the end? He's like, movie like graphics scene chettaguntadi. And I was like, that's why.
Worse than Chhatrapati's shark scene.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Was that
Worse
was
than
it him or was it Nicole that put student number one as number one?
It's
I think
Nicole.
he put it at 2 or some shit.
Dude, that's crazy.
There's a limit to glazing, dude. That's the no. Yeah.
But for me, honestly, I feel like I'd go literally 5.5. Like, even though I had a lot of negatives from the movie, I thought none of them were so huge to outweigh like the mediocrity the rest of the movie was. So I thought it was like from start to finish, I thought it was whatever, like 5.5.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, like it's like an increasing numerical scale. We usually don't get that in our reviews,
Yeah.
especially because everything's been asked unanimously asked lately. So yeah.
I think my
Well,
standards, like my standards are like at the very bottom.
yeah. And did I heard like Paradise might get pushed out to 2027 too. So I think Betty's like all we really have left for the rest of this year.
Can
And
we
that's
talk
gonna
about
be
like the potential spoilers or like do we have to do this off?
We're to, yeah, maybe we can stop the
yeah, we
episode and
can
talk after.
Yeah.
Uh,
yeah, we can
I'm going
close
on
the episode out.
tangents.
yeah.
And no
No one
one's
fucking
listening to
watched.
us at this point anyway, but
Yeah.
you know, if you made it this far,
Yeah.
thank you. All right. I guess we'll close it out. Oh, Akil just froze. Anyways, thanks guys for watching. We'll catch you on the next
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Bye.